So what should your document look like? Well, I'm going to try and do this one-handed here, so I hope I can do it. I'm going to start at the top and put my name. This is my name as a student, not as the instructor's name. Okay, I'm as my student. Let me just put here so you don't get confused. Last. So this is where your last name, and that way you don't get confused and think you have to put the instructor's name on there. So first off, let's put my page numbers in. I need page numbers on each page. So I'm going to double click up here at the top of the page and my header will open up. The only thing that goes in the header is my page number and last name. So I have these options up here. It say page number, and it asks me where I want to put it. Well, I want it at the top of the page, and then it asks me a few more questions. Do you want it the left, the middle, or the right? I want it on the right. All right. And then I'm going to put my last name. Oh, let's just put name here, right? Your last name, and a space. And if I click out of that header, as I scroll down, I can see the name and the page number updates on each page. All right. You'll need your student name, the date, your course number, and the topic of your assignment, whatever that might be. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and center the title, because the title needs to be centered, and I have options for how that works right here. I can do left justified, everything the whole paper centered, or just a particular line centered, right justified, or full flush. All right. So I just want my title centered, so I'm going to choose the middle option. All right. And then after that, I want to do everything in double spacing. My double spacing. Lots of different ways I can do double spacing. I can use this one, and that's fine. So now everything is double spaced, and I can kind of see how long paragraphs are getting here. All right. The third, I guess it's my third or fourth thing almost that I want to do is I want to indent each paragraph. And we don't want to indent with the tab option, because that just causes problems. You'll wind up having paragraphs that haven't been tabbed because you didn't remember, or if you just use the space bar and do this, you wind up with different settings each time. So what we normally do is at the beginning of the paper, we go ahead and go up to these paragraph options. This is the same place you do the hanging indent, right? And when I click on that, I have all kinds of options. Here are my indentation options, where I can have no indentation, which is what it is currently. I can do first line indent or hanging indent. All right. So I'm going to choose, let me get out of here. I'm going to choose to highlight all the paragraphs I want. Now, if I start typing this way, it'll do with the rest of the paper, but I'm doing this after the fact, which some of you might be doing as well. I'm going to highlight everything except my works cited page, because that gets formatted differently. And I'm going to go up to that paragraph, indentation, I want first line. And what you'll see then is every first line of each paragraph will be indented. Now I've got some crazy spacing in here because I was cutting and pasting from another document. Let me get rid of all those. We don't want any extra spaces anywhere. Okay. And I do want my works cited page on its own page. So I'm going to have it on its own separate page. Okay. So I've already got a video for you showing you how to format your works cited page. And these are old citation formats from last semester before we moved to MLA. This is all covered elsewhere. But to make sure that you remember how to do it in hanging indent, you go up to paragraph, choose hanging indent, and then it does it on its own. All right. So your essay should be name up here in the heading. Some instructors like this double spaced, some like it single spaced. It doesn't matter to me what you do. Center your title. Each paragraph should be indented. Had the claim underlined for one of our earlier assignments, right? We don't need that anymore. Let's get rid of that. Everything's indented nicely. Here are my images. I've got captions for all of them. All my sources are cited. I've got another page for my Works Cited page. Everything looks good. Save it and submit it.